Welcome back to JITT Talks. We're so glad you're here. Today's conversation is for the person who always seems to have it all together. The one everyone calls when they need advice, encouragement, or someone to lean on. You're dependable, compassionate, and always willing to show up for others. But today, we want to ask you a simple question. Who pours into you?
Many of us have been taught that being strong means carrying everything on your own. We wear the title, the strong one, with pride. But over time, that strength can quietly become exhaustion, isolation, and burnout. The truth is, even the strongest people need support.
In today's episode, we're talking about the hidden weight of always being the one others depend on, why asking for help can feel so difficult, and what healthy strength really looks like.
So, whether you're leading a family, a team, a business, or simply trying to make it through this season of life, we hope today's conversation reminds you that you were never meant to carry every burden alone.
So let's get right into it. Mom, why do you think so many people feel like they always have to be the strong one?
Well, that's pretty easy. I think most people operate from positions of titles. I think most people operate from positions. I shouldn't even say title, just from positions.
Right.
You have fathers, you have mothers, you have leaders, you have managers. Anybody that's in a position that carries responsibility.
Yeah.
And so you have like family expectations. If you are the breadwinner in the family and you're responsible for making sure the lights stay on, the rent stay paid,
Yeah.
you're going to have this pressure of being the strong one. And with this pressure, you have to remember that although you have that responsibility, yes, you're still not the ultimate source of those things.
Exactly.
Then there's leadership responsibilities. And leadership, even when I was a leader, I always felt that I had to be the strong one because it affected revenue, bottom line. So I had to ensure that every month that I'm meeting numbers, and it was about numbers, and then I had to make sure that my team was okay, and all the responsibilities that came along with being a leader. It put pressure on you to stay strong, but the reason is that fear.
Yeah.
You have a fear disappointing people. You have that fear of not being good enough. There's this constant fear that goes along with being the strong one, which is not healthy at all.
It's not.
It's really not healthy. And you tie your identity to being needed. You feel that, everybody need me, so I can't let anybody down.
And if nobody needs me, what's my value?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you don't realize that you can still be dependable without having to be the only. You can be dependable and still ask for help.
Yes.
You can be dependable and still, go to others and go to friends.
Yeah.
Have conversation with friends.
Yep.
You
I
know,
agree.
And that friend that, make you feel like, you're too much of a burden, then you may want to reevaluate some of those friendships because,
Yeah.
according to the Bible, friends bear all. And if you can't find that burden bearing friend, then go to God.
Yeah, because he'll always be there.
Absolutely.
So, being a leader for X amount of years, I am sure you have experienced feeling that exact pressure of always being the strong one, always being the one that if your team doesn't do something, it'll fall on you. So, you have to be able to hold everybody up. How did you handle that pressure?
That was a lot of pressure to handle. I'll be honest, at a certain point in my career, I didn't handle it well. I would come home and I would work
Right.
to 3, 4 in the morning and get up and go
Oh
do it
my
again.
gosh.
And
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Uh-huh. I
because
would be asleep during those hours, but
yeah,
go ahead.
you would, yeah, because I was the strong one. I was
Got it.
responsible for it all.
Got it.
Yeah, but you overburden yourself and you overpressure yourself
Right.
into thinking that if I don't do this, nobody else is going to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't handle it right initially. Initially, I allowed the pressure to get to me. I allowed myself to get to burnout. And I didn't realize I was even in burnout until one day.
Yeah.
And when it all came falling
Crashing
down.
down.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
You know, and that it took one extra stressor on my plate. And we use it as a stressor, just one extra thing.
Yeah.
Caregiving. And as a leader, as I was already a leader, I was already a mother, I was a grandmother, Amina as I'm called. I had all different types of responsibilities. I had responsibilities. I was a chaplain at Children's, and so I had all these responsibilities.
Right.
And with those, when that caregiving came, something unexpected.
Yeah.
So basically, it was something unexpected. And
Yeah.
what I tried to do, I tried to pull it into my schedule and treat it like it was an everyday task.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it was too unpredictable to treat as an everyday task.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I'm struggling with trying to treat this as an everyday task when I didn't realize this is a life-changing task. And so in doing that, I hit a wall and I burned out. However, since that time, I have learned how to refocus.
Yeah.
And I have for myself. I mean, anyone can have whatever they want, but for me, I have what I call my North Star, which
Yeah.
is God for me. And I know now every time I start feeling lost, I know where to look.
Yeah.
And no matter how I get off the path, because sometimes I take myself off, I know what direction to turn into.
Yeah.
Or just make a circle. I'm gonna hit north sooner or later.
Right.
And I'm going to find that North Star. And that's where I focus. And that's where it's not easy. I know I wrote the book, Surrender in Silence.
Yeah.
I use the word surrender, but I'm telling you, it's a momentary thing.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where I had to surrender.
Yeah.
And when I surrender, I became a whole leader. I still worry about the bottom line. I still worry about the revenue. I
Right.
still worry about the teams. I mean, I still function at my highest level, but now I function without so much stress.
You learned what was in your control versus what was not in your control. Because I
Absolutely.
think that's one of the biggest things with being the strong one.
Yes.
Is that a lot of us operate in trying to control everything. And when we're
Everything.
not in control, we
Everything.
feel out of control.
It's an illusion of
And-
control.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we also, through surrendering, we learn
Yes.
what is in our control.
Absolutely.
And I mean, I think I posted about this a while back, but I did a picture of what is in my circle of control and what is not. And that
Absolutely.
has allowed me to have so much freedom from being the strong one all the time.
All the time. Exactly.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, and you have to do that.
Yeah.
So what happens, Samaji, when someone spend all of those years carrying everyone else's burdens?
Yeah, I think there's some hidden costs there, right? I
Yeah.
think we can become emotionally exhausted. And like we talked about in the last episode, our busyness can turn into burnout. And that is one of the biggest hidden costs. I think compassion fatigue. We can develop compassion fatigue when we're constantly caring for others without taking time for ourselves.
Yeah.
It's that ignoring those personal needs,
Absolutely.
losing ourselves while helping everyone else. And one of the bigger ones is isolation.
Yeah.
Being the strong one, and I'm guilty of this, but being the strong one can feel isolating because we become accustomed to supporting others that we rarely allow others to support ourselves.
Yeah, we never ask
we
for
don't
help.
want to feel like a burden. We don't want to ask our friends who we know are already going through their own set of issues. We don't want to add our own issues, but yet we don't really think, well, our friends add to ours. We're friends. We should be able to bounce these problems off each
Off
other,
each
right?
other, exactly.
So yeah, we end up isolating ourselves, and in turn, we feel unseen, we feel unheard, and we become emotionally alone, and just try to
Exactly.
carry it all ourselves.
Absolutely.
And I think one way that people can recognize that they've reached this point is that they're constantly exhausted, even after a good night's rest. They are emotionally numb, irritable, snappy. You
Yeah.
know, when moms, we call it now in our generation, we call it we're overstimulated.
Yeah.
But we stay in a constant state of overstimulation. All of us. I
Yes.
mean, we have things going at us all the time, that overproductive type of culture. So we're always overstimulated.
And we keep this light thing in our face all day, all night,
Absolutely.
and we overstimulate ourselves. We can't even go to bed at night because we're so busy trying to laugh on TikTok and
Instagram, or we get
Instagram. So
a
we
ding and we're trying to check every text, you know, as soon as it comes in, and all these. We need
exactly
to have a
we're putting
shut
our
off
brain
time.
in overdrive.
Yes. Another way, though, again, very big on neglecting our self care.
Yeah.
We make sure everyone else is good. At the end of the day, especially as moms, we've taken care of everyone's task. We've added somebody else's to-do list to our to-do list, and we're trying to wear a cape and be super mom for everybody. And then at the end of the day, we are exhausted and too exhausted to take time for ourselves.
Absolutely.
We struggle to ask for help, and we no longer recognize ourselves.
Absolutely.
And we want to avoid that part. We want to avoid not recognizing ourselves, because it takes a lot of work to get back to you.
It does.
As we're speaking of struggling to ask for help, why do you think asking for help is so uncomfortable for so many people, Mom?
First of all, I want people to hear this and to understand this, and like seriously, asking for help isn't a weakness. It's wisdom. And wisdom leads to knowledge and understanding. So asking for help, again, is not a weakness. And the reason people don't ask for help, I think the number one reason is ego and pride. That same pride that's going to go right before you fall on your face. So I think that asking for help is something that we need to learn how to do. But then you still have that same little thing out there. Well, it's like three things, but the first one is that fear. Fear of being vulnerable.
Yeah.
We act like, first graders, and I don't want to be embarrassed. I don't want somebody to say something bad about me, and I don't want anybody to see my weakness.
Or I don't want
But-
someone to learn how they can hurt me.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people feel that. I think they don't want people to know the soft spots of them. So now
And I agree with you.
I'm afraid that if I expose that, now you
I
know
agree
how
with that.
to attack me.
Yeah.
But we shouldn't look at everybody as a villain either.
That sounds like Mortal Kombat, but
I know.
you're right. Like, let's not show them my weakness, but it sounds like Mortal Kombat. But you're right. You're right. And I mean, and that is something that has held me back on sharing with people, because I have many of times shared with people, that were closest in my life, something, about me that should have been just between me and them, and they have extorted
Weaponized
that weakness
Yeah.
and use it against me. So yeah, that's that fear of being vulnerable. But sometimes you have to understand, sometimes your vulnerability is the very thing that helps someone that needs it.
Absolutely.
It helps other people feel like they're being seen, and it make them feel not alone.
Yeah.
And if you can make someone feel not alone, now you have somebody that can walk with you,
Yeah.
that can help you. And then that fear of you had said it earlier, burdening other people. It's like you just don't want to burden people.
Yeah.
But again, that's what true friends are for.
Right.
I mean, we all have associates, and we have people we call friends and sisters and brothers. But I mean, the test in life is, can I burden you?
Yeah.
And my friends, they burden me all the time.
And
But
that's
it's okay. It's okay
Yeah.
with me. I mean, That's what I feel I'm here for.
Right.
Because I know where to carry their burdens. I know
Yeah.
those are not mine to carry. So
Especially when you have, like you said, you know where to carry those too, because I think those friends that you really have that walk with you, not just on a social side, but on a spiritual side.
yeah,
Now I have someone else who can intercede for me,
exactly.
who can talk to God on my behalf. And so now I'm not casting my burdens on them.
Yeah,
They're going to come in agreement with me to
yeah,
talk to God about those burdens. And I think that those are beautiful relationships. And
absolutely.
seems rare in this society, but they're there. They're
Yeah,
out there.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You have that perfectionism, where you don't want people to think that you're not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes, and I can attest to this, sometimes people put you on a pedestal of perfection.
Yes.
And you didn't ask to be on that
Ooh,
pedestal.
yes.
And they wait for those
They're
legs.
waiting
They're,
for
they're
your
waiting
for something to be out of
sort.
yeah.
So they can, and I taught you this as a kid. People will, and people have this fear because people want to kick you down. If
To
you
their
have
level.
standards, people want to kick you down to a level where you're looking them eye to eye so they can say to you, you are no better than me.
Listen, that is a whole nother
That-
episode for a whole
That's
nother
I know.
Yes.
But stop allowing that fear and perfectionism keep you from asking for help.
Yeah.
You are not perfect.
Absolutely.
If they're looking for perfection,
They
they
need to turn
need
to
to go
Jesus.
to God. They need to go to Jesus.
Yes.
That's where they need to be.
Yes. Because you
And
won't find it here.
And believe me, I have been vulnerable enough in my life to let people know. Yeah, come to my face. Oh,
Yeah.
girl, see, you know better than me. I am not.
At all.
I am the same child of God,
Yep.
and I do not operate in perfection. But I have a friend and a father that does. So
Yeah.
if you looking for that, you need to turn to him and
Yeah.
not me.
We all put our pants on the same way, one leg at a
One
time.
leg at a time.
Yep.
And then independence.
Oh yeah, that's a heavy one.
Oh, that's a heavy one in today's society.
Yeah.
You and I both, we are single women.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of women are single now by choice. A lot of men are single by choice. So
Yeah.
this not about a woman. But we have become a society where everybody feel that independence is the way to be. I got
Yeah.
my own stuff. I can take care of my
Hyper
own
independence.
self.
Yeah.
I don't need nobody. Stay on this earth long enough.
Independence from resentment.
Exactly.
I think that's where it's rooted in.
Exactly.
And
When
I
it,
think
when
there's
it's
a
rooted
difference
in
resentment, it's wrong.
that's wrong, and
Yeah.
that's a problem.
But it's fine that you can be self-sufficient in a
Absolutely.
godly way, and that's great. Or just
Absolutely.
in a nice way. It takes
Absolutely.
spiritual in a nice way, just being independent. But if you're rooted in that ugly resentment type of independence where I
Yeah.
don't need nobody to do nothing for me with
Yeah.
the neck twist and all that,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
a little bit different.
yeah. That's
so, yeah.
no longer healthy.
Yeah, and when you talk about independence, I think for some, they become that way because when they were vulnerable enough to tell people, I need help, people rejected them or they didn't help them in a way that they wanted to get help.
Yeah.
And so it creates sometimes it creates this independence in people where they're like, well, nobody's going to help me. I asked. I said I needed it and nobody showed up. Or they didn't help me in the way that I thought that they would.
Maybe you're asking for help at the wrong place. Maybe you should go a little higher and ask for help.
So keep asking.
Keep asking. Just keep asking.
Yep.
So, Samaje, mentioning healthy, what does healthy strength look like?
So I think healthy strength looks like receiving that support, recognizing that support isn't a sign of weakness. It's acknowledgement that we were created to live in community and not isolation.
Absolutely.
Rest is more than just sleep. It's intentional. It's intentionally creating space to recover mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, which is so needed. Mm-hmm. Having healthy boundaries, knowing when to say no, because no is okay, and knowing when to say yes.
Yep.
Self-awareness, having self-awareness, emotional honesty, and knowing your limits. Just knowing when you just don't have the capacity to do anymore.
Absolutely.
Healthy strength isn't pretending that I'm okay. It's really having the courage to admit when I'm not okay. And while that is hard for many, including myself, sometimes you need to be able to say, hey, I don't have it. I
Exactly.
just need an extra hand. This is too
Exactly.
much.
Exactly. You
So,
have
yeah.
to. So, Samaje, this week, I want to challenge all of our listeners to ask themselves a question. Who do I trust enough to be honest with?
And if no one comes to mind, please, please, please don't lose hope. Building a healthy support system starts with just one honest conversation. And if today's conversation encouraged you, I just want to say thank you for spending this time with us.
And to learn more about the JITT group, visit us at THEJITT, thejitgroup.com. You'll also find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and LinkedIn, where we continue conversations just like this. And remember, every journey begins with one thoughtful step.
And every transformation begins with one honest conversation.
This
This
is
is JIT
JITT Talks,
Talks.
real
Real conversation,
conversations, real
real
transformation.
transformation.